So what's the biggest mistake that men make, in your opinion, when it comes to jewelry? Guys, write it down in the comments below. Before we get too deep into this video, I'm curious because in this video, I've got 7 common mistakes that men make when it comes to jewelry. And I'm gonna flip those around and I'm gonna give you 7 tips on how you can wear jewelry and look great. So my goal with today's video, gentlemen, is to point out the mistake and then to flip that around and to show you how to use it to your advantage. Because I want you to think about this. Hopefully I'm going to challenge a few of your concepts when it comes to when to wear jewelry, how should it be worn, and even a little bit about what it actually does. Now, when it comes to jewelry, what I'm talking about in this video, bracelets, I'm talking about watches, necklaces, we're talking about rings, basically ornamental pieces that send a signal. And that takes me to mistake number 1. Mistake number 1 that men make when it comes to jewelry is that they assume that it is feminine. Somehow, if you're wearing a necklace, if you're wearing a bracelet, that this is in the realm of women, that a man should only wear maybe a wedding ring or that he should only maybe with a watch. Guys, that cannot be further from the truth. We look historically, jewelry, rings, all of this stuff, it has symbolized power, it has symbolized status, it has symbolized wealth, it has symbolized where you come from and what family you're a part of. We go back thousands of years. We look at ancient burial sites. You will find the heads of the tribe. They were buried with their beads. They were buried with the tooth or the bones of the animals they had killed. More modern, we see that if you were rich, if you could afford to have gold jewelry, if you were perceived as a higher level status person in society. Now, today, especially in the modern American society, we've tried to move away from that, but understand that people still pick up on this. And there are many parts of the world where this is still a big deal. Understand that for many people, when you wear this, it is a symbol of status. Mistake number 2 that men make when it comes to jewelry is that they don't wear it with confidence. Gentlemen, you have to believe in what you're wearing and you need to practice wearing it. 2 parts there. First off, you have to like the jewelry. It has to be something that when you look at yourself in the mirror, you're like, I like the way that looks. Then, part 2, you need to practice wearing it because the first time you start to wear a bracelet, it's going to feel odd the first day. After the second day, you're not going to notice it as much. And by the 3rd day, you don't even notice it at all. And until somebody actually compliments you on it, until somebody says, hey, that's a nice bracelet, or where did you get that? Can I see it? And that's the cool part. When you start to wear it with confidence, it becomes a second skin. It becomes a conversation piece. Now, guys, this video is brought to you by Zerata. They're the ones that sent me this bracelet, and I've got some other ones here. So if you go check out their website here, let me know which bracelet in particular you like. I've got some I'm going to be getting rid of, and you guys know what that means. I want to send them to you guys, but you need to go to their website. Let me know, do you like their Royal collection? Did you like their Lion collection? What do you think of their anchor bracelets? And by the way, their anchor bracelets are one of their most popular sellers. It's a very simple bracelet to start off with. I know many of you guys love to look at the anchor bracelet. Theirs actually have a unique stone set right into the anchor. What I love about bracelets like this, guys, is they're not going to break the bank, but they will definitely level up your style if you can pull it off with confidence. So the 3rd mistake that men make when it comes to jewelry is they don't pay attention to the situation. So understand that if you're going into an interview and it's a conservative industry, that you wearing a whole bunch of rings, having a nose ring, having earrings, having just jewelry all over the place, it may not send the signal. And yes, you can say, well, they shouldn't judge me based off this, but understand that people are human. They will judge you. Pay attention to those details. Understand if you go into another culture, if you go into another country, they may not perceive that in a positive light. Mistake number 4 is over-accessorizing, and this basically is wearing too much and not allowing the individual pieces to shine. So what I mean by that is you can wear less and you can allow each piece to shine. I know a lot of guys, they maybe like to wear quite a few bracelets, or maybe they're going to go for quite a few necklaces. I like to keep it simple. In addition, I like to spread things out. So if I want to wear a watch on one side, then I would wear the bracelet on the other. Now, some of you guys are saying, Antonio, I just love all my pieces and I'm going to wear them all at the same time. But to me, you should have like a rotation, especially if you've got a few favorite necklaces, you maybe have a few favorite bracelets. Find a rotation that works for you. Don't wear everything at once. Mistake number 5 is not wearing the right piece of jewelry for you. So you want to pay attention to proportion. You want to pay attention to skin tone. Okay, so proportion, what do I mean by this? Okay, so I've got two bracelets right here, and I was sent both of these by the sponsor, and Zerata, when I looked at these, I'm like, you know, very similar bracelets. But the one that I decided to wear, and I've been wearing, is a little bit smaller. I've talked about this. I am relatively a smaller guy, especially when it comes to wrist size. So because of this, I don't want to wear something that's oversized or gaudy. But if you're 6'5", 300 pounds, and you've got huge 8-inch wrists, well, in that case, you want to make sure the watch, you want to make sure that whatever you're wearing is going to be sized appropriately. Otherwise, it's just going to look too small. Now, when it comes to skin tone, you either are cool tone or you're warm toned. For me, the easiest way to look at this is to look at, okay, can you see your blue veins? If you can see the blue in your veins, most likely you're cool toned. If you're warm toned, you're not going to be able to see them very well. But what colors have you naturally always gravitated towards gold, or have you gone towards silver? The sixth mistake that men make when it comes to jewelry is that they do not maintain it. Guys, this is a big one. It can cost you a lot of money, especially if you have some precious stones in your rings. Now, my wedding ring, relatively very simple, no stones in it. But my wife's engagement ring, I can tell you I spent a lot of money on that thing, and I did notice that her stone is starting to become loose. I'm going to take it into the jeweler, and they're going to basically tighten it up, make sure that that stone doesn't fall out. But even if you don't have stones, understand that you don't want to be using toothpaste and using that. Yes, it may give an initial first clean, but that's so abrasive, it's going to damage oftentimes a lot of the, it can actually damage the metal. If you spent a lot of money on your jewelry, you want to take it to a jeweler who can treat it with respect and use the right materials. Things like, you know, alcohol cleaners. The problem, if you've got opal, if you've got, what is it, turquoise, if you've got emeralds, these are very delicate stones that can be damaged if you don't treat them correctly. So that's the worst thing, is when you actually try to take care and you do it yourself and you end up damaging. So take your stuff into a professional jeweler. Finally, mistake number 7, gentlemen, is don't shower or wash with jewelry. So with this bracelet right here, it has an elastic band in it. I'm not going to be mistreating this. I'm not going to be throwing it in hot and cold water. It will basically cut the life of this significantly. The same actually for many of your rings. They're actually going to get soap scum on them underneath some of the stones. They're all of a sudden going to lose the brilliance because you're going to get hard water on there. And anyone that does any type of cleaning of jewelry can tell you that's some of the hardest stuff to remove. All right, gentlemen, that's it. Now, don't forget, go check out Zerata. They were kind enough to sponsor this video. And like I said, I've got a few bracelets from them. I want to send some your way, guys, and I want to thank you for supporting my channel, for supporting, you know, the sponsors that help me create these videos. And guys, if you've got a mistake that men are making when it comes to jewelry, go down, let us know in the comments. That's it, gentlemen. I'll see you in the next video.